Hey y'all, welcome back or welcome to the Honestly Truly podcast hosted by me, Tylar Cimone. And today we've got a new setup, as you can see. That's gonna need a table because we're gonna be building. Alright, I feel like a news anchor, like ready to give the news right now. But we just needed to get our build on, and I really wanted to just do like a cozy reading wrap-up video whilst I build my new set that I just got today. Okay, I'm very excited about it. It was sold out at Target, which is where I usually get more of my Lego sets from. And so I was really frustrated, and I said, I'm gonna get this set today. It was the last thing I do. And I went onto the Lego website, like why didn't I think of that before? Because duh. And they had it in stock at a store that's close to me, like an actual Lego store. And I went and got it today. And so I'm so excited. This is like 3-in-1, so you can like make 3 different things in one. And I actually, if I could pick this up without breaking it, please. So I actually bought this one and made this one this week. So originally for this video, we were going to be building this typewriter, and it's so cute. I made it in maybe like 2 hours. It's got the little flowers. This little part moves. I don't know if y'all can tell from back here. It moves, and then up here on the paper, like this is the paper part right here, it says Once Upon a Time, and you can like switch it out to say different things. But I just love this so much. And so my plan was to, like, when I got this the other day, I was like, I'm gonna just do the foundational part so that way we're not sitting here all day building this up. And I started having so much fun that I built the entire thing in one sitting. So therefore, obviously, we could not use this for our build, our cozy video that we're about to do right now. So I said, well, I guess I have to buy another one. And when I realized that this was coming out on today, I was like, I have to have it. So I'm really happy I was able to get my hands on it. If you want it, by the time you're seeing this, hopefully it's still available on the website. And then maybe it will be coming to Target later, because it was completely sold out at like every Target in my vicinity. Like it was completely sold out, not there at all for delivery or anything. So anywho, I'm excited. Ugh, put this down without breaking it. Okay, I'm excited to get into this. I've just been in a really like, I want to do things with my hands kind of mood over the past couple weeks. And so I was like, usually when I feel that way, I think the Lego sets is a good way for me to like put something together and just like get all the little tiny pieces and do it. So I think I'm in my Lego era again. Like I was in there when I did the orchid flower, and then I hadn't done one since Christmas, where I think I might post it on my Instagram if y'all follow me there. I'll post it somewhere for you to see. But I made little gingerbread men with my friends at our little Christmas get together. And so I haven't had any Lego time since then. So I'm excited about this. But it's so cool because it makes 3 different things in one. And so what I'm thinking about doing was maybe like buying another one, because once I make it, I don't want to take it apart. But you can also make like a mic. A mic is great. Yeah, you can make a mic, and you can also make a little radio. Like it's so cool. But I want to make the record player. I'm very excited about it. And it's so funny because Lego actually has like a bigger record player that looks more like a real record player. It's black, and I think it has the little thing that closes on the top and everything. But it's completely sold out everywhere. And I think I had found it somewhere, but it was like really expensive. Whoever was reselling it, which I get because I don't know if they make it anymore, but it's on their website still. But it's just completely sold out. And so I was like, I probably will get that one too, whatever comes back in stock, because it's only $30. But I think the reseller, it was like over $100, and I didn't want it that bad at the time. So I'm really happy that I found this one. But before we get into it, let me go ahead and let you know what you're dying to know. What am I drinking today? Let me let people hear. It's funny because y'all can kind of see my cup the way I have this angle set up. But it's whatever. You don't know what I'm drinking yet. People, if you're listening, come on over. It's going to be a cozy video whether you listen or you watch. But just come over. You can watch as we build together and we yap. Today, guys, I'm drinking Poppy, the cranberry fizz. I love this soda. It's so good. Now, I've never had any other flavor of Poppy. I've had a lot of the Olippops, but I've never had any of the Poppies before. But I saw this during Christmas time. I was like, oh, cranberry fizz. Like, I like cranberry juice. I like cranberry flavored things. So I was like, oh, I should try it. But I forgot all about it. Never tried it until the beginning of this year, when obviously now it's getting ready to be gone, because obviously the Christmas season is over. And I had one. I said, this is so good. And I kept trying to go find it at different stores. And because the season is over, it's sold out everywhere. And I was like, dang, this sucks. So I have to wait till next year, and I'm going to have to stock up because I like it so much. But my coworker just called me right before I was getting ready to film this video. And she was like, she was in HEB, and she was like, is this the soda that you've been talking about? And I was like, yes. She sent me a picture. If I have it, I'll put it up here. She sent me a picture of a whole like wall of these specifically this flavor of cranberry fizz. And so when I finish up here, I will be going there with bags and boxes to get as many of them as I can because they're so good. And I know I'm still gonna run out before like the new year. I'm not gonna buy that many because I don't want to carry them up the stairs. Let's be real. So, but I'm gonna get enough to fit in like at least 2 bags because they're so good. And once they're gone, they're gonna be gone until next year. And then next year, I'm gonna buy like lots of like the 12 packs. Okay, I'm really locked in. So if you have not tried this, obviously they still have some left over. So go check out maybe your local HEB if you live near HEB, or any of the other stores. I found them at Target. I found them at Kroger. Kroger has them. Kroger has them too. But I really like this one. It's so good. It's like not too sweet. It's like a nice little tangy vibe. Okay, if you love cranberry juice, you probably would like this. And like it's just nice when it has a little bit of the fizz to it. So that's my Poppy commercial. Poppy, if you're seeing this, I love you. Send me these. Let's talk. Okay. But anyways, that is so tasty. Let's get into this build. Okay, so let me open it, y'all. Yeah, I definitely should have done this with the typewriter one. I don't know why I thought that I could just build the foundation without you guys. Absolutely not. All right. So this is what we got. It always comes with the bags that are labeled for you, and then it comes, since the 3-in-1, it comes with 3 different little books. And apparently I was looking it up when I was trying to find this yesterday. There's an app that comes with all this, so you can like put your little iPad up and like go through the steps on the app, but I'm gonna just use the booklet. That's what I usually do. So I'm gonna put these 2 away because we're doing the typewriter. And it's funny, I always pick the one that has the most steps. So like compared to like the thickness of these, y'all probably can't tell, I don't know, but this is like both of these put together. So it's okay though. I love that. I already understand that I probably won't finish this all in this video. So what I'll do is at the end, if I have to take a break or once I finish talking about all these books, I'll come back and at least put some pictures in for y'all to see the finished product. I'm gonna try to get it done this weekend for sure. But let's get into it. So as I build, I'm gonna be discussing all of my February reads with you guys. All right, y'all, now that I got all my little pieces laid out, we're ready to get started. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I don't really know what happened this month reading wise. I can't really say. I read so many books, for me at least. For me, I feel like I normally read, unless just if I have a crazy month like this. For me, I feel like I usually read maybe 3, possibly 4 books a month. I think I read 8 to 9 books this month. I don't even know the exact number. Me not being able to find the first piece that I need to start this does not put me in the best mood right now. The first piece? Okay, I need a little yellow piece that's flat. I see these, but that's not the right thing. They're in here. Yeah, I was getting ready to get upset just now. That actually happened when I was building the typewriter. It was the last piece in like one of the big steps. It was like the last piece, and I was like, so you're telling me they shorted me a piece? I was so pissed. And then I stood up and I was sitting on it. So let me just relax. You know, Lego building is supposed to be cool, calm, and collected. We're not supposed to be freaking out. Okay. Anywho, so yeah, I read probably at least 8 books. I think I'm in the middle of number 9, but now we're in a new month because this is March now. So yeah, it's just a lot. And so I thought this would be good for me to like slow down and really talk about how I felt about all of these books. Oh, I did the first step wrong. Yeah, I did. Let's just take that apart. Okay. Follow instructions. There we go. Step 1, complete. I don't know if y'all can see my little first step 1. I'm so excited. This is so exciting. I cannot wait to be done. Anywho, so let me just go ahead and walk y'all through what I have going on. So the first book I read, let me get my phone up. I've got my Goodreads going, so there's a lot going on today, so just bear with me. First of all, let me tell you the total of books. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I completed a full 8 books this month. I'm in the middle of number 9. Editing Tyler here. I'm actually in the middle of books 9, 10, and 11 right now, so it's also crazy. Right now, going into March. That's just a lot. I was like, I'm looking up and I kept updating Goodreads and I was like, why do I feel like I'm on Goodreads 10 times more this month? Because I'm reading more, and I'm like, I like to do updates throughout my book, like, so that I can just keep track of where I'm at, and I like to have it documented on whatever I'm reading on, whether it's my audiobooks or my Kindles. I like to have it documented there, and then also I want it on Goodreads. Just, I don't know why, it just makes me feel safer. So, let's start with the first one. I started off the month reading Real. I have been waiting to read that book for the longest, and my intention was to go ahead and read it, read the physical book because I bought it. But I ended up selling that. I ended up deciding to just sell it at my pop-up, and someone bought it, so I hope that they are enjoying that. I cannot remember who bought that one, but I hope that they're enjoying it. So I didn't end up getting to read it, but I was like, you know what? Let me get the audiobook, because I usually listen to all the other books that I read by her, the first 2 books in her other series, Before I Let Go, and dang, I know it's not Can't Get Enough. That's the book that's about to come out. What's the other one called? Before I Let Go. That's making me mad. Y'all know the book. I'm putting them up here. I'm so mad right now. I know I love the other book too. My mind is just blanking. Anyways, I've listened to all of her books I've done audiobooks for all of them. So I was like, well, let me just go ahead and listen to it. That book was so good. Kennedy, Ryan, you know what you're doing. I never doubted you. I already knew it was going to be good. I know, and I was late to the party. Everybody else has read this book for the most part. If you haven't, it's a great read. Check it out. So I already knew from people's reviews I was going to love it. Okay, I wasn't even worried about that. But what's my next step here? Sorry, I'm going to be pausing to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, just bear with me. Excuse me. But anyways, so the book was fantastic. It gave me all the romantic feels that I needed. It just was a really good story, and I don't want to say much about it because I don't like spoiling, especially her stories are so well written and so full bodied. I just don't want to give anything away. But if you have not read this book, I recommend that you stop what you're doing and listen to it, or pick up the physical book and read it. It's so good, and I'm going to be buying a copy of the physical book for myself so I can keep that. Yeah, where did this little piece go? Oh, okay, wait, on the outside? Okay, I see. Listen, the instructions are so clear. I just feel like sometimes my brain be like, girl, what? It's okay, I'm figuring it out. I don't know, there's something like so calming about doing a Lego set, and then when you, I did it wrong. Did I do it wrong? I said, as I'm saying it's calming, and here I go messing it up. Oh, the fact that I'm gonna have to go back and really edit this because I have already forgotten what I said. This can be kind of hard to do when you're talking and trying to build, because I just got confused. When I'm not confused, oh shit, darn. Okay, when I'm not confused, I know what's going on. Okay, y'all. Confusion overwhelms me. I don't know where I just left off at. Just bear with me, friends. I got so confused just now on what I'm supposed to be doing, but I think I'm back on track. I'm seeing what I need to fix. Okay, it was a rough time for me just now. But anyways, yes, Real was really good. I really enjoyed reading it. I got through it very quickly because her stories always are just so like keeping you on the edge of your seat. Like you need to keep reading. So I finished that one probably in, I don't know. Let's see. I have the dates here, huh? I finished this one in 3 days. Yeah. Also though, but to be fair, I did start listening to my audiobooks on 2.0 speed, and it works really well for me, and I'm able to keep up. So that's probably another reason why I'm able to get through these books so quickly. Like, I think that was a very big factor as to why I was able to read so many books, because I usually listen to books on maybe 1.5 speed, and then I just wanted to try and see how it was for 2.0 speed, and I was like, this is actually great. So that was the first book that I read. 5 stars, obviously. So the next book I read was The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison, and it was so amazing. Another 5-star read for me to start off the month, which was nice because the only book I read last month, I thought I read more than one book in January. I only read that, what's the book called? She's My Kind of Rain, which was like a 3-star. It was okay. So being able to come into February with 2 5-star reads felt very, very good. But The Bluest Eye was such an amazingly written book. I expected nothing less. This is my first time reading one of her books, but I know who she is. I'm familiar with how gifted and how amazing of a writer she is. So I wasn't surprised that I enjoyed the book, but it told the story of it made me think a lot of how I see myself as a black person, as a black woman, as a black little girl as well, when I was younger, of course, in America, and how we are viewed and how we view ourselves and how other people, even people who look at us, who look like us, view us. So it was really interesting. I really enjoyed it. I underlined so many amazing lines. I wish I had the book, but it's too much for me to get up, y'all. You should see the way I'm locked up in here right now. But there were so many lines that I was just like I think I texted, I can read you one of them because I texted it to my friend who also just recently read this book, and I texted it to her. Hold on. Okay, here we go. This was talking about black women and kind of how we act in this time. And she was saying that, but they took all of that and recreated it in their own image. They ran the houses of white people and knew it. When white men beat their men, they cleaned up the blood and they went home to receive abuse from the victim. I said, oh, she's getting down. She doesn't play. And this is just one of the many, just one sentence that just leaves you like, do I have to go back and reread this whole book? Yes, and I plan to do that in the future. But there were so many amazing parts of this book. If you have not read any of Toni Morrison's books, please take some time to do that. I'm working on it this year now, so I'm excited about that, to get through more of them. I think the next one I want to read is going to be Soooooo or Beloved. I have Beloved now. I need to go get the copy of Soooooo that I want, that has the cover that I want. I think I talked to you about that a couple episodes ago. But I'm very excited about that when I do get it. This book was so amazingly written, and I was able to relate with so many things that she was saying. I just can't wait to see what else she's going to be talking about in the other books, but it's really real and had some very heart-wrenching parts in there as well, so just make sure you're mindful of that. But I think it's definitely worth your time. I'm sure plenty of you have read this book, but if you haven't, please check it out. It was so amazing. Like I said, 5-star read. Let me get back to building. See, it's low-key kind of hard to do this. I don't remember how I did it last time. I probably should have watched this video, my previous video where I did this, but I think I was just talking about a regular podcast episode. I wasn't reviewing my books with you guys, but it's fine. We move. So this is where I'm at right now. This is literally step 6. Okay, I'm figuring it out. Okay, I'm moving a little slow, but that's because I'm also yapping. Okay, next I need these little yellow bars. The thing is, I just feel like wait, is this these? These aren't quite yellow. Oh no, these are tan. That's fine. Okay, gotta put these on there. There's something like just building the Lego set and just seeing your little pieces come together to make something. It's just so great. Okay, I'm on a roll now. I got so confused in the beginning. Just the first couple steps, I was doing everything wrong, but I think it's making sense to me now. Okay, there we go. Yes! Look at me! Okay, y'all, I think this might be something else I like to do too, is try to figure out how, what's happening where and what part is which. My assumption is that this may be just the base of the record player, a part of the base, because it's going to be bigger than this, I think. I think it's going to probably be this big, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so let's keep it moving. All right, book number 3 was Project Hail Mary by Andy. I think it's Andy Weir or Wire. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, sir. Oh, I'll flip it over. This way. There we go. This book, I think this might be my first sci-fi read. Am I lying? I think I'm truthing. I think it's my first sci-fi read. I have heard so many good things about this. A lot of my coworkers recommended this book to me. A lot of my friends recommended this book to me. So I was like, oh, well, I guess I have to read it. And I'm so happy that I finally got around to it. Everybody told me to listen to the audiobook, and I was like, not a problem. She loves the audiobook. So I was like, that's going to be fine. So I finally got it, and I also listened on 2.0 speed, which I thought was going to be too much because I wanted to make sure I was getting all the terminology they were saying and make sure I knew what they was talking about. But it was fine for me to listen on 2.0 speed still. So I was like, okay, look at me, 2.0 girly. But anywho, this book was so good. It was funny. I loved all the science girl terms. Okay, I mean, science guys too. But I really just enjoyed like the way the way he wrote it. It was very easy to put yourself there as the well. Oops, I almost spoiled something. Just like that, I almost spoiled something. I won't do that. You cannot trick me. But I was able to envision myself being in a similar situation as our main character. And he gets to interact with extraterrestrial beings. I'll say that. And the audiobook does a very good job of describing those beings. Okay, I'm trying to be so vague because I just want you guys to be surprised like I was when I was reading it. I didn't know. Everybody recommended it to me, but I don't think I knew anything about the book still. Like I knew guy goes to space. I know he's in the air. I know he's out there in the atmosphere doing his thing. But that's pretty much all I knew. So this book was so funny. Like it was sad. Like there was parts I was like, my okay, if you know, you know. I was screaming at the car in my car because I listen to this a lot of times on my commute to work. I was screaming in the car at certain parts. I was laughing so hard because it was genuinely funny. Like I really laughed. And so I love when a book can give me all those emotions, and it's just a fun book to read. I really enjoyed it. And so apparently they're making a movie, and Ryan Gosling's going to be our main character in this. I'm excited to see how that works. My only note is, based on how they described our main character in the book, he's like a very cool guy. He's funny. He's witty. I like him. But the way that he describes him, I can't recall if he actually ever says like exact features of what he looks like in terms of like how attractive he is. I can't remember right now, but in my mind when I envision this person, he's not as attractive as Ryan Gosling. He just isn't. Ryan Gosling is a very attractive man. Not saying that the main character is ugly in my mind, but he's just not as like drop dead. This is an attractive person in my mind. You know? Let me know if y'all read the book. Let me know if you relate and if you see what I'm saying. But I think he's going to do a great job. Ryan Gosling's a great actor. I have no doubts. It's going to be a wonderful movie. And he's going to definitely be able to nail like that witty humor, that sarcasm that is explored in a really good way in this book. So I'm looking forward to seeing that movie whenever it does come out. But I think I gave this 5 stars as well. Lots of 5-star reads for me. Let me see. Was this 5 stars? Yep. Okay. Now, this next set of 3 books, I went ahead and read a whole series is what I did. I just was doing anything. I don't know what was going on with me this month, but it felt really good to like get into like, I mean, I'm always reading, but it felt good to like really read so many books in a month. It was fun. So I'm not mad at it. I don't think every single month is going to be like that. Like I'm not expecting that March I'm going to read as many books. I mean, who knows? Is this the new me? I guess we'll see. I don't know. But these little pieces in here, I don't know why I don't just pour them all out like I did with the rest of the bigger bag, but I don't know. I just have to keep the little pieces in the bag just in case. Like there's so many of them. I don't want to lose any. Okay, where does this go? Up here? Okay, we move. Anyways, so my coworker, she was telling me about a series of books that she likes. The series is called, let me make sure I say it right. Let me see. The Ruinous Love Trilogy, right? I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It includes Butcher and Blackbird, Leather and Lark, and Scythe and Sparrow, I think is how you pronounce that. And so those are the books that are in the series. I've seen them before. I know the Scythe and Sparrow just came out, so she was talking to me about it because she was getting ready to do a reread of all 3 books. I mean, the first 2 books because she just finished reading the 3rd. And so I was like, oh, okay, she's telling me about it. And I'm like, wait, this sounds kind of fun and interesting. And overall premise, just things that you need to know. I'm not even going to tell you all the details because you know how I am. Serial killers. But they be in love, though. They be killing. But for good reason, kind of, for real. And they be in love. That's all I needed. That sounded funny. She said it was funny. She said it had that little weird killy vibe. I was like, why not? And then it had love. I love that. Who doesn't love love? And so I was like, let me just give it a try. So I was able to get the first 2. Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Okay. Okay, wait. See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, wait. Where did these go? Oh, God. Okay, we gotta take a little pause. Y'all got to figure this out. Okay, y'all. Honestly, this is literally step 12. And I have just been stuck on this part for a minute because it's saying, I don't even know if y'all can see this. I don't know if y'all can see this, but basically it's saying that this piece is supposed to be touching this piece, but there's not enough room for that to happen. So either I did something wrong, which is probably what happened, or I did something wrong. Now the question is, am I gonna go back and try to figure that out right now? I don't think so. I think it'll be fine. I'm gonna do the next couple steps, and if it starts getting weird, then I'm gonna have to go back. Anywho, back to the books. All right, y'all. I had to take a little break because I just got very confused at a step, but I just figured it. I hope at least I figured it out. We're gonna see if I did this right in a second. I literally don't even know. We're gonna find out, and hopefully I did it right because I don't want to have to go back and fix this. But I'm not too far in, so it really shouldn't take me long. But yeah, so I got all 3 books on Libby. Well, no, I think the first one I got on Audible. They didn't have it on Libby, and then the second and the third were already ready to go. Didn't have any hold on them on Libby, so I got them all. And the first one I flew through in like 2 days. I listened to it on my commute, and I listened to it a little bit at work too, on 2.0 speed, so that's why I was able to finish it so fast. But it was so fun, like such a fun read. I really loved all the way the killing was described. It wasn't like super gory, like make your stomach hurt for the most part. It was funny, and like some of the things that were included, I didn't have anything to do with actual like death, but some of the things that were included can make your stomach a bit queasy, if you will. I don't even want to tell you because it will ruin it. It makes for such a shock factor when you read the part that I'm talking about, and I'm sure if you read this book, you know some of the parts that I'm talking about. Let me just say, ice cream. That's all I'm gonna say. And if you read the book, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the disclaimer, even at the beginning of these books, is so funny. That part let me know, like, oh, you're gonna like this. But anyway, so this is just a really fun set, like fun trilogy in general. But my favorite one is definitely Butcher and Blackbird. I liked their story a little bit better. I think it just included a lot more fun, and it was more like keeping you on your toes, like what's gonna happen next. Books 2 and 3 had a little bit of that. They still had some of that factor, and to be fair, I did like my favorite brother is definitely Lachlan from book 2, Leather and Lark. He's my favorite one. He just has like that broody vibe that I really enjoy reading in my main male characters. So I really like that about him. But other than that, I gave book 1, Butcher and Blackbird, 4 stars. I gave book 2, Leather and Lark, 3.5 stars, and I gave book 3, Scythe and Sparrow, 3 stars. Like I said, the books 2 and 3 were not bad at all. It still had the same similar setup and story. But I just think in terms of like the fun level, which is what I was looking for and expecting out of these books, I think that Butcher and Blackbird gave me that to the highest effect. So that's why I gave that one 4 stars versus the other 2 getting 3 and 3.5. But they were really, really fun. They were funny. They were fun. And then they did give me some real romance in there too, okay? And it was spicy, okay? Huh? Big spice. Some of it a little bit too much. I don't even want to say too much, but it felt like maybe like in book 3, some of the scenes I was like, no, or was that book 2? I read, see, this is what happens when you read too many books in a month. That's why I was like, I don't know if I want to do this again. But whether it was I think it was book 2, I was like, some of them I didn't really need the extra sex scene in that part. Like, I really need it. But the ones that were there, I think they were very well written. I think it was cute and spicy and fun. So those were just a nice, like, trilogy to just get through and just enjoy. So that was really great. And then I also read Loved by You by Alexandria Lachelle. This was just a book I wanted to read, like to give you my romance vibes for the love month, okay, February. And so, hold on, let me get this little piece. Like, what is this? How did I even come up with these pieces? This is a thought that I had last night or the other night when I was building. I was like, I have to get one of these. I was like, how do they, and I'm sure there's like a YouTube video on this, but how do they come up with how this is going to go and how these pieces are going to work? Like, how do y'all even come up with this? All right. Anyways, so yeah, this one, I think I ended up giving Loved by You 3 stars. Yeah, it was a second chance romance, and that's one of my favorite tropes to read in books, and she definitely nailed giving you that vibe of it didn't work out in the beginning. It was hard when they broke up. They didn't really know what really happened all the way, and then they somehow meet, they get together, and then I'll go, y'all know how second chance romance works. So those always do it for me. I really enjoy those kinds of books. So I thought I was going to like this, which I did. I did like it. And it was a fun read, and it did give me my second chance feels all the way through. But I feel like towards the second half of the book, it just kind of like a lot of the storyline that it continued longer than it should have. Like there was parts where I understood the female main character was kind of battling herself a little bit, which I understand. It had a place in the story, but I feel like it was kind of dragged on a little bit longer. Like I feel like maybe 75 pages could have been cut out of this book and it still would have been just as good. But I feel like that was kind of dragged out a little bit, and so it just didn't really fit in the story, kind of, which kind of made it a little. I could tell that I was starting to feel that way because that second half of the book took me so much longer to get through than the first half. Like I think I finished this in about 15 days, something like that, and I finished the first half pretty quickly, and then as I got to like 50 or 60%, it started to kind of slow down. And so I feel like there was a couple parts that could have been taken out or just condensed to help the story move forward a little bit faster. But other than that, like I said, I really enjoyed like the way that she gave me my second chance romance, and the way that it was based in New Orleans / Houston, two places that I really love. And so I think it was cool that she was able to incorporate some of the culture and things there in places that I've been to or seen there, which made it really, really cool and made me be able to even like more closely visualize where they were at and what they were doing. And I also like the way she explored like mother-daughter relationships in this book. Mom and daughter kind of they butt heads a little bit, as most mom and daughters do, and I like the way that she explored them kind of working towards repairing that, which was nice. But that's enough spoilers for me. I gave you a lot on this book. I do recommend that you read it. I did like it, but just be prepared. Like if you start to feel like it's dragged in that second half, just push through because the ending was very beautiful as well. But I think this is book 6 that I read. Hold on, let me go back and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is book 7. Okay. Book 8, and look how far I've got in our build. Not far at all. But that's because I got confused there for a minute, y'all. I was really stuck. But book 8, the last book I read of the month, was The Housemaid's Wedding. So this one I read on my Kindle, actually. And I also read Love by You on my Kindle. Everything else was audiobooks. And actually, that's not true. Wait. Real was an audiobook. The Bluest Eye was a physical book. And then all the rest of them were audiobooks except for Love by You and Housemaid's Wedding. I'll put them up here as well so y'all can see which ones are which. But I just wanted something quick to read, and I wanted to like read a different genre. And so I found this book. I had it on my to be read list, but I just was just looking for something to read. So I said, oh, this might be a short story. Let me look it up. And it was like 70 pages. I was like, oh, I can read that. So I downloaded it on my Kindle, and I read it during lunch one day at work. And it was just a cute story. Like I think I gave it like 2 stars or 2.5 stars. Let me see. Oh no, I gave it 3. So I think I gave it 2.5. I rounded up to 3 on Goodreads because it was just a short story. It wasn't really like, she gave me a little bit of mystery, but to me, it's hard not to spoil this because there's not much to the story. It was a short story, but let's just say there was a immediate solution, or at least the immediate first step that one would do when something dangerous is occurring to you. And it was the easiest step, and she even called it out. The main character called it out, like, I should be doing this. This makes sense. And she wouldn't do it. And to me, with the main characters, and this is Millie, and I think her name was Millie, yeah. With Millie's disposition at the time, I'm being so vague on purpose, guys. With her disposition at the time, you are going to need to do the right thing immediately. This is not the time to be like, I wonder what's going to happen. Let me hold off. And so to me, that just didn't make sense. And I know she had to do that in order to pull the story out because, like I said, it's a very short story. But I feel like there was another way. I'm not the writer. I'm not saying I know the way it could have been done, but I feel like there was another way that would have made it a little bit more, like, intense without making Millie seem like she's not being smart. So that part kind of irritated me. Other than that, I enjoyed being able to read a quick book and just like have a nice story. And because I've read the first 2 books in the series, this is book 2.5, so she said you can either read it between books 2 and 3 or you can read it after book 3. So I want to go ahead and start it because now I'm currently reading book 3, and so I'm a big fan of Enzo. I really like Enzo. If you have read the series, you know who he is, and so I was excited to just like get another glimpse into what he's got going on. And so it was cool to hear about him. And the story was just cute. It was cute. It was short. I gave it 3 stars. It was nice. But that just kind of got me excited to go ahead and read book 3. So The Housemaid's Wedding was the first book in the series that I actually read. The other 2 I listened to on I think I got them both on Audible. But anyways, so I didn't know how I was gonna feel about reading it. Like I was gonna still get that same like eerie feeling. And this book wasn't the Housemaid's Wedding wasn't like super intense. It was fine. But I did get that feeling like when things were picking up, I was like, oh, okay, I'm a little scared. Like I thought that the audiobook is what made me feel that way, but I got the same feeling from reading it on my own. So I said, okay, for book number 3 in the series, I think it's The Housemaid is Watching. That's what I'm reading right now. I was like, let me see if I can read it also on the Kindle. So it was on Kindle Unlimited. I'm reading that now, and I'm very locked in. I'm very locked in. So I'm excited to see how it's going to pick up. Right now, it's like she's taking me. Usually her books go like this. She gives you a little bit, she takes you down. Little bit, and a little bit higher, then she takes you down. And so right now I'm kind of on that little part right here. So I'm excited to read probably later on today and see what's going to happen. I think I'm like 35% through, so I'm still early in the book, but I'm enjoying that one. But anyways, back to the books of this month. Those are all the books that I've read. So yeah, I ended up doing 8 books this month, which is not my normal. Definitely attributing a lot of that to audiobooks and books that are intriguing and fun. So like getting through the entire series of the Ruinous Love trilogy was due to those books just being fun, and like I didn't have to like pay super close attention, but I was able to get the overall gist of the story and just enjoy the way that it was just funny and silly and like so different from what I normally read. I think that was intriguing as well. So I might have to give dark romance another try. I know these were more lighthearted and fun, and I know like there's some other ones that are like they're serious, but they're also good. So I want to maybe try reading some more of those this year as well. But I think for this to be my first time dipping my toe in the dark romance waters, I think it's worth my time. I'm also, like I said, this is not supposed to be a March TBR, but I'm gonna let you guys know what I'm reading right now. So I'm reading The Housemaid is Watching, and I also started reading Poppy War. Poppy War I'm listening to. This is another recommendation from one of my coworkers. I really am enjoying it. The first chapter, if you read the book, then you know, the first chapter has you on your toes. Like you're like, oh, this is about to be serious. And it's kind of like Hunger Games-ish adjacent, but it is so good. This girl is about to like be shipped off to marry this old man. She doesn't want to do it. And the way to get out of that is by getting into this academy. She can't get into this academy without taking this very hard test. And so she doesn't have any resources, she doesn't have any support, and she's having to figure out how to do it. And so like that's kind of like the setup of the first chapter, and there's a whole bunch more stuff happening now. I don't know how far I am in this one, maybe like 30, maybe 25, something like that. So I'm still in the beginning, but that first chapter has me locked in. Like it was such a good first chapter. And so I'm assuming the rest of the book is going to be just as good. I've heard a lot of good things about it. So I'm reading that one now. And then I think there's a couple books in that series. So I know it's going to take me a while to get through them because these are long books. This audiobook is 19 hours long. That's long for me. I don't know what kind of books y'all read. For me, when it comes to audiobooks, that's on the longer end. This is one of the longest audiobooks that I've listened to. So I know it might take me a little bit of time, but right now, those are the 2 books that I'm reading. I hope to get through them maybe by the end of next week. We'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. If I keep up with this speed that I've been listening and reading books, then I'll be done with both of them very, very soon. But yeah, those are the books that I'm reading. I know we didn't get a huge amount of traction with our thing, and I keep losing this piece, y'all. But I think I'm about to include a little time lapse for y'all of me building, and then I probably won't finish this right now because I got some other things to do. But in a little bit, I will come back and put some pictures up here for you guys to look at, and you can see my completed project. So with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. I guess watch what I got going on. So just in case I don't get to do my little ending that I'd like to do, please like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things. I hope you guys enjoyed my little baby cozy build that I have done. Okay, I'm gonna try to get some more done right now. And let me know what you've read in the past month. What have you been reading? Did you have a crazy month like I did? Did you read one book? If you did, what did you read? Let me know. I want new recommendations. Put it in the comment section, please. But yeah, I'm about to get to it. So let's get into this time lapse. And then I'm going to be out of here. And I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's done. Love you guys.